It's Monday, September 9th, 2024, and I'm Dave Sobel. 4 things to know today. Tech hiring stalls as overall job growth also slows. Over half of organizations report cloud price hikes, what you need to know. A new study links layoff announcements to cybersecurity breaches, and the Pango Group to acquire Kaspersky's U.S. antivirus customers. This is the business of tech. I like market reviews on Mondays, so that'll be my focus to start. Yes, there's an Apple event today, and if there are business story threads from that, I'll pick them up tomorrow and Wednesday. Of course, I need to start with the jobs report from Friday. The August jobs report revealed mixed results, with the U.S. economy adding 142,000 jobs below the expected 161,000, while the unemployment rate fell to 4.2%. The jobs report also indicates that small business job growth stalled in August, with 40% of owners unable to fill positions and concerns about labor quality rising to 21%. While 62% of owners attempted to hire, 56% reported few or no qualified applicants. Job openings for skilled workers increased, particularly in construction, while a net 13% plan to create new jobs in the next 3 months. Compensation levels remained stable, with a net 33% of owners raising pay in August. Related, recent CompTIA analysis indicates a cautious approach to tech hiring, with overall tech employment remaining flat. While the tech services sector added 3,400 jobs, the tech manufacturing sector lost 2,500 positions. The unemployment rate for tech occupations rose to 3.4%, and active job postings increased modestly to over 500,000, with strong demand for software developers, data scientists, and tech support specialists. And a small bit of market news. Palantir and Dell are joining the S&P 500 index due to their success in the generative AI market, while American Airlines and Etsy are being removed. Dell's stock has risen 37% this year, and Palantir's shares are up 83%, reflecting their increased market capitalizations of over $70 billion each. The Russell 2000 is down over 5% the last 5 days and up 3.8% for the year. The S&P 600 is also down 5% over the last 5 days and up 1.8% for the year. Both indices are proxies for smaller businesses. Now, why do we care? The jobs report will influence the Federal Reserve's upcoming interest rate decision, with expectations of a potential cut. Despite downward revisions in previous job figures, some economists believe the economy is experiencing a soft landing rather than heading into recession, indicating a gradual slowdown rather than a significant downturn. The other reason to care is that the value of outsourced services is up. With people hard to find, a combination of technology and people delivered by an experienced company is of higher value than it was. The market is rewarding companies with AI-centric strategies, signaling that integrating AI into service offerings is essential. IT providers need to position themselves as enablers of AI-driven business transformation to remain competitive. With as many breaches and security concerns as I report in this show, it should be obvious that cybersecurity is not just about technology, but also the human expertise needed to interpret and respond to complex threats. Huntress is focused on elevating SMBs and MSPs around the world. Huntress has a suite of fully managed cybersecurity solutions powered by a 24/7 human-led SOC, dedicated to continuous monitoring, expert investigation, and rapid response. And the proof is the execution. Huntress is the #1 rated EDR for SMBs on G2. Want to know more about the platform? Visit huntress.com/MSP Radio to learn more. Administrators are increasingly questioning the value of cloud services, with over a third of organizations feeling their transition to the cloud has not met cost-effectiveness promises, and more than half reporting increased bills. A report from Civio highlights rising costs across major platforms like Microsoft Azure, Google, and AWS, contradicting the expectation of stable or decreasing prices. Analysts suggest that while cost pressures from rising electricity and IT staff expenses contribute to these increases, a retreat from cloud services is unlikely, as CIOs continue to rely on cloud solutions despite the diminished enthusiasm. And why do we care? Cloud cost management is the reason to care less than a move away from the cloud. This creates a direct business opportunity for service providers to step in with tools, strategies, and expertise in optimizing cloud costs. Services like cloud cost auditing, resource allocation, and right-sizing workloads will become essential as companies look for ways to control and reduce their cloud expenditures. Assisting customers with managing cloud costs is going to be an ever-increasing need. And that's before you even consider AI, which has considerable costs associated with it. I spotted a new study, the impact of layoffs announcement on cybersecurity breaches. Well, layoffs can increase the risk of cyber attacks from disgruntled employees seeking revenge. Companies should promptly terminate access to systems for laid-off employees, communicate the reasons for access termination, and prepare for potential breaches by enhancing security measures. Emphasizing corporate social responsibility can also mitigate negative publicity and reduce the likelihood of attacks. Future research aims to explore the correlation between layoff announcements and cybersecurity breaches. Why do we care? This is a distinct area to engage your clients, so they're aware of both the pitfall and the solution. Companies undergoing layoffs should be proactive in securing their systems, which means engaging IT service providers to implement stricter protocols and preventative measures. Providers can position themselves as strategic partners by offering cybersecurity readiness audits and incident response planning, especially when workforce changes are anticipated. Pango Group is acquiring Kaspersky Labs' U.S. antivirus customers due to that Commerce Department ban on the Russian software, preventing existing users from losing updates. The transition will affect approximately 1 million users who will switch to Pango's Ultra AV brand. Pango's president assured customers that no action is required on their part, as they will receive communications and support during the transition. The move also alleviates U.S. government concerns regarding potential Russian government access to customer data. Why do we care? With the transition of approximately 1 million customers to Pango's Ultra AV, there's an opportunity for IT service providers to offer support during the change. Even though Pango has promised a smooth transition, some users may still require help in managing the switch, particularly in business environments. Providers offering managed security services can step in to ensure that corporate clients experience minimal disruption and that their cybersecurity policies remain intact, or move them to another provider. Regardless, there's a new wrinkle to the opportunity here. Did you know that there's a SIM that's made for IT admins and is free for internal use for MSPs? Bluemira's cloud platform makes SIM simple and affordable with automated threat detection, 24/7 expert support, managed detections, and guided response. You can protect your customers from ransomware and meet compliance requirements on an SMB budget. Don't add syslog to your MDR and let them call it a SIM. You deserve better. Get started with your free NFR account at bluemira.com/radio. That's BLUMIRA.com/radio. Thanks for listening. Today is International Box Wine Day. Yep, there's one for that too. I'll be speaking at Pulseway Nexus September 11th and 12th, so make sure to sign up and register to join me. Link in the show notes and description. And if you have a question you want answered, we take listener questions. Send them in, ideally as a voice memo or video, to question@mspradio.com. I answer listener questions live each week on our Wednesday live show on YouTube and LinkedIn. This week at 3 p.m. Eastern. And if you got a comment or a thought on a story, put it in the comments if you're on YouTube, or reach out on LinkedIn if you're listening to the podcast. I will talk to you again tomorrow. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. If you like the content, please make sure to hit that like button, follow, or subscribe. It's free and easy and the best way to support the show and help us grow. You can also check out our Patreon, where you can join the Business of Tech community at patreon.com/MSP Radio, or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. Finally, if you're interested in advertising on the show, visit mspradio.com/engage. Once again, thanks for listening to me, and I will talk to you again on our next episode of the Business of Tech.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.